You deserve better. E.T., what you talking about? Listen to me very carefully. You deserve to see what your life would look like if you gave 120%. Are you hearing what I'm telling you, baby? Listen to me very closely, right? You got to get this. You deserve, right? You've been living 70%, 80%. We've been talking about it. And you're looking at the results, the outcome, right? You reap what you sow. You're looking at the outcome of somebody giving 70%. Like everything you have, everything you are, everything you're doing, like it's 78. And what I need you to do is I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, come on, quit, stop playing. I deserve to see what my life would look like if I gave 120%. Now, I told a story years ago on YouTube, years ago, Dr. Maybank, Michigan State University. I'll never forget. She told this story, man, and it blew my mind, right? She took me back to kindergarten life, and you got to get this in your spirit. Sister girl took me back to kindergarten, the hokey pokey, right? And so she told the story of the hokey pokey and it blew my mind, right? And I'm telling it to you today because that's how important the story was. That's how salient it was. Like, it was impactful. It moved me, right? And she said in kindergarten, right? You learn in kindergarten that you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, right? You put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, she said, and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about, right? And so she started breaking the song down, and she said, first you put that left out, right? And then you go to the next level, and you put that right out, right? Then she said, you put that left arm out, right? Right, you know the song. Then you go with that right arm, right? And then she said, but at the end, right? When it culminates, right? She said that the teacher tells you to put your whole self in. You got it. She said, put your whole self in, right? Put your whole self out, right? And shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. And listen to me very closely. I'm telling you from personal experience. I know what my life was like when I put in 55. I know what it was like when I didn't try. I know what my life was like when I didn't care. I know what my life was like when I didn't have any dreams or any goals. Like I didn't want anything. I know what my life was like. Now I'm putting in 120, baby. I'm putting in 120. Look at it. I'm putting in 120 and my life is sweet. My wife's life, my kids' life, my mama's life. Listen to me, my father. I'm in a Detroit Free Press and my parents are proud. Are you hearing me? When you put in 120, not only does it affect your life, it affects your family's life. It affects your friend's life. It affects your community's life. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? So I need you to do me a huge favor. Yep, this one is different. This one is the call of action, all right? I'm going to put you on a 21-day challenge. I'm challenging you. If you, listen to me, if you ain't brave enough to challenge yourself, if you ain't courageous enough to challenge yourself, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to get from where you are. I'm challenging you to stop settling. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to stop accepting the life that was given to you. And I'm challenging you for 21 days. I'm challenging you to give 120%. Are you hearing me? I'm challenging you now. And I want somebody at the end of this 21 day, I need somebody to send me a video. I need somebody to send me a video and just show me, E.T., you were 100% right. Like I put in 120% for 21 days. I did not fatigue. I did not give up. I did not give in, E. I did exactly what you told me to do, E. And look, boom, things changed. Like my marriage changed. My classroom changed. As a basketball player, my team changed. As a coach, the way my team responds, it changed, E.T., 120%. I want you to stop giving 70, stop giving 80, stop giving 90, and you deserve to see what would happen if you gave 120%. All right. So a couple things I need you to do on this 21-day challenge, right? The first thing I need you to do for me is I need you to have a vision. I need you to have a vision of when you get to that 21 days, what do you want? What do you want to happen after that 21 days? What is dying in your life? Look, right now, what does mediocrity look like in your life? Look, what does defeat look like in your life? What are limitations? What are boundaries look like in your life? In 21 days, this won't look like it. My marriage won't look like this. My grades won't look like this. Are you hearing me? We're going to be better as a team. Our outcomes are going 21 days. I challenge you, 21 days to first cast a vision. What will your life look like after those 21 days? Listen to me. Do me a huge favor. 21 days. Do it right or don't do it. Yep, you heard what I said. For the next 21 days, do it right or don't do it. Stop half doing stuff. Stop putting forth 50% after 60%. Look, stop. Do it right or just don't do it at all. Are you hearing me? Do it right. When I start doing it right, That second book, Greatness is Upon You. Look through it. I did it right. I wasn't just writing the book. I did it right. If you kinetic learner, listen to me very closely. If you got it touched up, I put it in there. I went with the whole thing, guys. All right, I just didn't go half doing it. Look through the book. The artwork is in there. The work stuff is in there, so you can work it through. Everything is in there. I didn't have do it. I did it right. Look at our videos. We don't have do them. They free, but we don't have do them. Do it. Number 2, do it right or don't do it at all. Number 3, listen to me. No 21 days. No excuses. Only adjustment. No excuses. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear good excuses, good reasons, what happened, why you couldn't do it. I don't want to hear. Everybody got an excuse. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anything about this happening. The weather wasn't right. I get the finances and this didn't come through when it was supposed to. Well, that person did. No. Number 3 things, guys. Number 1, cast the vision, 21 days. So when you get tired, you can keep looking at that vision. Do it right or do not do it at all. Are you hearing me? Finally, guys, no excuses, just adjustments. Your dream will not become a reality until you shift from not important to somewhat important to very important to an emergency. You don't have forever to do it, and I had to forgive my father. You know what happened? It was so crazy. When I forgave my father, it had nothing to do with my father. It had everything to do with learning to forgive. And I was speaking one thing, and I was living something else. I was traveling across the country telling people about, forgiveness, and I wasn't doing it. Life is going. You gotta do me a favor. When you get hit, I'll never forget. First time I got my boy, they stole my green machine. My mom bought me a green machine. And these 2 boys on the block, they stole my green machine. I was pissed. I bust me all bleeding. I can't, oh, Mom, they stole my green machine. And you know what my mom told me? Don't come in this house until you go get that big. I paid a lot of money for that big one. So I don't care what you have to do. Like, for real, I'm bleeding. I'm looking for the hole. That wasn't my real. I'm looking like, love me. You know what I'm saying? Hold me. Help me. Mom was like, go back out there and get that boy. You know how much that thing was? Mom said, listen to me. I love you. Do me a huge favor. You're going to come back to this house. I remember thinking, man, these boys, one of them huge. I remember walking down the street and I saw a bottle. You know, we're talking about it's not big. You can talk about what type of bottle it was. When I picked the bottle up, boom, hit it against the concrete. And I said, I can't do it. I told my man, like you said, you can't have it. Somebody like real, I can't beat both of y'all, and I know I can't. But somebody, I don't know which one of y'all want to be brave and get cut, but one of y'all getting cut. Now y'all want to commune with one another, talk about who gonna get cut. Y'all can do that. I'm all right with that, but I'm not coming home without the green machine. I came home with my green machine and I rode that thing like I was so proud when I would see it. I'm looking like a cut. If you thinking. Are you hearing me? Some of you have been knocked out by life. And you got up and saw the blood. He hit me. Sometimes in life, you have to hit back. It's not always going to be easy. They're not going to give it to you. They're not going to give you success. They're not going to put it on the platter. But if you're willing to work for it, if you're willing to put the sweat, the blood, the tears, if you're willing to earn it, they don't give away Bentleys. They're never on sale. You want one, you can buy it. You're willing to pay for it. So Batman, I love it. Dark Knight Rises. Batman comes to bang because Batman, he like, I'm Batman. Surrender or else. Bang like, so Batman's doing his thing, blah, blah. He's swinging, blah, blah, like, you fight like a young man. Boom, bang, grabs my man's fist as Batman comes. He says, your victory has defeated you. Some of you, your success has messed you up. You so successful now, you soft. Your success has not benefited you. You've not grown as a result of being successful. You've lost your bite. You're not hungry anymore. Your success is damaging you. And so Batman gets up. He was like, I didn't know which was going to go first, your body or your will. But you're pretty strong. I'm still going to break you. Blah, blah, boom. Batman gets up one last time, the whole gate boy, the boots. Like, Batman. Pull out his little choo, 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 choo. Start hitting all the lights. Blah, blah, blah. Batman, you know, he's Batman. He can fight in the dark. So he choo, 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 choo. Bang. He said, Batman, like you cutting the lights off? He said, may I remind you, you adopted the dark. Meaning that you practice in the dark. Batman, I was born in the dark. Shaped by the dark. Molded by the dark. I grew up in the dark. Batman, I will break you. And I want you to hear what I'm telling you. Some of you were soft, but you were born in the dark, and now you're soft. Every time you come up to a challenge, you quit, you surrender, you give up, you give in. Every single thing I go through, I remember I was homeless, and I draw from it. Every single time I'm going through pain, I remember that I've gone through pain since I was a kid. I draw from it. Recycle your pain. Get something from it. You're already in pain. Use it. Do something with it. Allow it to take you to the next level. Allow your pain to push you to greatness. I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge you to be the best you could be. I challenge you to leave this room on a height, an awareness that you never had before. I challenge you to behave in ways you never behaved. I challenge you to pick up traits that you never picked up before. And do everything you could possibly do before you leave this place. And impact as many people as you can. So don't be average. Don't be good. Don't be great. Be phenomenal.
What up? What up? What up? What up? Six was on a call today. One moment. Let's get it. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Sunday call. It is September 9th. Is that what that says? September 9th, 2018. What's up, active royalty member Jerry Cooper, Oakland, California, gang. In a world full of superheroes, be Batman, essentially, right? What is Batman? Is anybody familiar with superheroes? Anybody familiar? Right? Who is this? Carlos? Oh, that's Tony. Tony, what's up? I'm gonna have to mute you though, but what's up, Tony? Participants. Mute all. Yes. Anyway, so Batman, right? We got Superman. We got The Flash. We got Green Lantern. We got Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Wolverine, all of them guys, X-Men, all these people, right? The thing that separates Batman is what? Anybody raise their hand? Or anybody know what separates Batman from everybody? Or what makes him different? If you know. Takesha. You can unmute yourself.
He doesn't have any superpowers, but he has the money.
Yes, you are correct. Batman does not have superpowers, but it almost makes him the dopest because he has to bring it with inside of himself. He can't rely on super strength, super speed, right? Can't rely on X-ray vision. Can't rely on titanium alloy to come out of his knuckles, right? Super proper. So what does that mean, right? That means that you got to do more to be a superhero. You got to do more than what the God-given ability has for you. You got to develop your skills. Batman is a jiu-jitsu artist. Batman is super smart, and he's created all these weapons to protect himself, all these projectiles coming out of him. You know what I'm saying? He's learned how did he say? I was born in the dark. You just trained in the dark. I was born in the dark. So all that is really saying is that I wasn't given the best skills, but I worked the hardest. That's essentially what that means, right? So in Herbalife, that's kind of like, okay, I may not have the best. I wasn't born with the best genetics, right? I wasn't born a people person, right? But I work hard at talking to people. I work hard at getting better. I work hard on my results. I take my products, right? Faithfully. I show up to the events and I study faithfully, right? I may not get it the first time, like these other people that got super hearing or whatever that's called, right? Or whatever it is. But I show up every time. I show up to the calls every Sunday. I take notes. I'm there. I'm attentive. I'm learning. I'm getting better. That's Batman. You feel me? Superman is somebody that comes in the game and hits Prez in 1 year. We don't got Supermans on this team, right? We got a team full of Batmans. And that's okay, because when you got a team full of Batmans, you know that when you built it, you know it was built off substance and not just ignorance on fire. You see what I'm saying? I just made that up right now too. So shout out to my cheese bar. I warmed it up. So just in case you don't got time to put it in the oven, you can just heat it up for 15 seconds. And it won't blow up on you. The chocolate is melted real nice. Feel me? I got my shake. See what I'm saying? I really use the products. I don't know about y'all, but I really do. Anyway, does anybody know what today is? Or do you know what showed today? Raise your hand if you know what came up today. That's okay. You guys don't have to know. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to tell you guys. The checks dropped. Herbalife checks dropped and ran and processed. So, who is getting a check, or who knew that the checks dropped? Raise your hand if you knew the checks dropped. Oh, don't nobody know. Nobody's checking on their money. Oh, I knew. Because, trust me, I know when a check's dropping. Anyway, who's getting a check this month? Raise your hand if you're getting a check. Amanda and myself. Jorge getting a check. Feed a checker. Hold up, like right now. What's up?
Right. I want to know what your first check is. Go ahead.
Relax. So, if it's your first check, raise your hand if it's your first check. Fina is her first check. All right. Go ahead and talk about that for a second. If you would like to. You say what?
I didn't get anything.
Anything? You didn't
get anything. Are we supposed to get it right now?
Do you see one posted in your My Herbalife?
Oh no.
Do you know where to check for that? Okay, so
just under checks, right?
Yeah, exactly, under checks. So we'll get back to you in a minute. So, the checks dropped. This one is my biggest one of the year, not necessarily my Herbalife career, but biggest one of the year, which is awesome. Based upon what the team did last month, super dope. Does anybody know how to get a check, or unclear on how to get a check? Or actually, who does know how to get a check? Unmute yourself and just explain how that works. Somebody. Besides Amanda. Oh, okay. So nobody. All right, cool. So this is stuff that we got to know, right? So how do you get a check? One, there's two ways you can get a check. One, you have preferred members that's ordering products under you, right? Or two, you have distributors, supervisors and down, distributors total, doing documented volume. That is how you will receive a check, because Herbalife basically says, hey, you offer this person an opportunity. They're at 25%. You're at 50%. Herbalife pays 50% and they keep 50%. So if something costs $100, Herbalife gonna take their 50. This is for your new distributor. Your new distributor just sold a $100 program. Herbalife gonna take their $50. Your new distributor is gonna take their $25, and then that's $75. There's $25 missing, which is called wholesale. That wholesale comes to you on a check next month. So the difference between your discount and their discount is what you'll get paid out percentage-wise based upon the number of volume that they do in the following month on the check. So what does that mean? That means you guys need to, myself included, when I say you guys, I always mean myself, you guys need to sponsor more preferred members, sponsor more distributors, and get those distributors active and getting paid. Essentially, the game of Herbalife is that you sign up, you learn how to get a client, right? And then you sign somebody else up and show them how to get a client. If you continuously do that in high production levels, you will only get high volume for yourself personally, but then you'll also have high document or high downline volume, which will mean your wholesale check will be awesome. So show people how to get paid, show people how to get clients, and it's lit. So that's how you get a check. $510 from preferred members. So go ahead and talk about that, about what you did to get your preferred members. And go ahead and talk about that, Amanda.
Oh, I had 17 preferred members last month order. And half of them were reorders, and I did that through the challenge. So the challenge that we did this month is the reason why I had high volume, and plus what my team did, getting people on their programs and getting their preferred members and stuff. So you just talk to people. You do wellness profiles, talk about their goals, how Herbalife and the products will help them, and how the Herbalife products made you feel, and how you got results with the products. That show them before and after photos of the people that you help and your team members. I always show, I have photos in my phone all the time, and I show them whether I'm FaceTime with somebody, and I can just show them just like that. So I always show Jerry's photos with the gains, and I show my photos. For weight loss, like we have a lot of team members on the team. Just say, like, for instance, you can't relate to people who I can't relate people who want to lose weight, right? Because I'm on a gains program. But I have a lot of clients that I've helped lose a lot of weight, plus my team members that lost weight too. So I'm showing them the before and after photos and the possibilities and what Herbalife can do for them and change them. And so I talk about their stories, how it makes them feel, talk about how Herbalife products makes me feel, and just be more excited about the products and how it can work for them. I'm more excited for them before they even start getting on the journey. And I was telling them about the challenge, like, you're gonna win money. You get to win $440. That's how much the pot is. Like, you want to look good, and then you can win cash by your best before and after photo. Like, that's amazing. And even though if you don't win, it's not about always winning all the time. At least you can say that you finished something and you got a result off of it. So I'm trying to tell them, like, putting a picture in their head, like how they can look like after the 21 days or after their first month with the product. I'm giving them the vision to better themselves and how. Because they want to feel, everyone wants to feel happy. You know, like, no one wants to be miserable. Who wants to feel miserable? For what? That's not gonna motivate you to be better for yourself, period. So just talk about the products. So what I do, like, I love FaceTiming and I love video chat. So I really have my products with me. And I show them, like, this is the shake, this is the PDM, this is the tea, this is the aloe, this is the cellulose, this is the total control, and I'm talking about it, and I'm showing them how it looks like. If you don't have the products, if you're a distributor and you don't have their products, there's something wrong. That's the whole reason why you're not getting clients, because you don't have products and you're not taking the products. You're not being the product of the product, period. That's why you're not getting clients like that, because you're not sharing the opportunity. You're not, sorry, it was the fly. But yeah, that's how I got my all my PMs order had 17 PMs, and I got 7 new preferred members into the challenge. So 7 new clients that ordered last month came PMs. I'm telling them about the discount opportunity, which is way better. I'm all about helping save money because I already know how it is, because it tastes so much better when you have your shakes at 50% off. And yeah, that's how my check got to 500. Oh, and my downline too. So Josefina hit senior consultant. So she did a 500 documented volume points, and I hit my 2,500. So that gave me 5%. Let me collect 5% of what she did. So that was 125. So that went up to my check. And same thing what Tony did. Tony did at 300. I got 5% on what she did because I hit my 2,500. So if I were to hit 4%, I wouldn't have gotten the $500 check.
Definitely, yeah. You probably would have got like
3 something.
Yeah, exactly, like 3 something. So that 1% is a huge depend, especially when your team is doing higher numbers, right? That 1% is a big difference between. Well, we talked about it last month or last week. That's the difference between like $2,000, like $8,000 and $10,000, depending on if your team is doing those numbers. So you don't want to leave money on the table. You definitely want to hit your 2,500 by any means necessary, as long as it's ethical, right? But yeah, so I would like for everybody to strive to get a check, right? So you can get a check next month, actually, by signing somebody up, getting a preferred member, having them order. If you can get, well, essentially, if you do your 2x4, you'll get a check next month. That's really what that means. So just continuously working at that. And like we said before, the 2x4 doesn't have, there's 2 variations of it. The 2,000 2 months, and then there was the 500 one, I believe. If you do not remember that, you can scroll back, or not scroll back, but you can go on the calls, the previous calls, and it's recorded on there. All right, cool. So a few things I want to talk about. I don't believe the call is going to be too long today. I wrote some stuff down. What is it about? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Who's working? Who has a job? First of all, shout out to Marisol because she just got a new job. So she's fired up about that. So that's about to help her with everything that she's got going on. I think she's frozen right now, but shout out to her for getting a new job. Yeah. So who has a job? Raise your hand again. Raise your hand. And raise your hand if you have a corporate job or whatever. You're getting paid from an establishment. Awesome, right? Check it out. For you to get – all right, disclaimer. Does anybody have a job that you get paid the same day? Does anybody have a job like that? Well, yeah, Takesha, because barber, right? Who has an hourly job? That's actually a better question. Who has an hourly job, right? I have an hourly job. Lois has an hourly job. Who was that down there? Jorge, hourly job. Tony, I don't know where she is at, but what? Look, I'm gonna need you to get in better lighting. That's what I'm gonna need from you. I see your hand up, but I'm gonna need you to get in better lighting. I know you got your head wrap on. That's okay. We ain't tripping. You feel me? Anyway, so for you to get paid at your job, right? You got to do, whether you get paid weekly or bi-weekly, whatever, you basically got to put in the hours before you get your check, right? So whether it be part-time, 20 hours a week, whatever, full-time, 40 hours, overtime, XYZ amount of hours, right? You basically got to put in the work first, and then you receive your check a week later or 2 weeks later, right? So for you to get paid at your job, you have to do your job. You have to show up, right? You have to show up and you have to do the duties that's given to you for whatever your job is, right? You can't be up in there, say you are a receptionist, right? You can't be up, you can't just show up looking any kind of way, right? You got to be attentive. You got to be in the face of the people. You got to be able to answer that phone, answer the questions for anybody that got questions for you, right? That if you're a security guard, you got to show up with your uniform. You can't wear your regular clothes. You got to wear your uniform. You got to have your radio, all that good stuff, right? So you got to show up like you want to get paid, right? So I know that I don't want to be working in corporate America for too much longer. And I know a lot of you guys don't want to be doing that as well, right? So the reason why I'm saying this is that these events, these Herbalife things that require your attention, right? You got to show up like you was getting paid at your job, right? You got to treat this actually more important than you would your job, because some people show up to these things like it's not that important and wonder why they're still stuck in the rat race. And by the rat race, it's like they just going in a circle, right? They just going in a circle, getting a few people, losing people, signing a new person up that doesn't do anything, still making the same amount of money monthly, right? And wonders why they're not getting, their dreams aren't getting closer, right? It seems like, you ever be running after something? That image where it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. And if you do what you're supposed to do, the light gets bigger, like it opens up more for you to see it and it gets closer. For some people, it's like you just continuously running and it's just this size the whole time and you running as hard as you can, because you're not showing up how you're supposed to, right? These calls is the front end of you getting paid later, right? You have to pay. This is one of my favorite things. You got to pay in advance. This is the thing. This is not hourly. This is a volunteer army and you are an entrepreneur. You jumping off a cliff and building a plane on the way down, right? Hopefully that you don't die, crash, whatever, right? Of course, not that serious, but you want to take it that serious. You got to pay in advance for what you want out of life, especially when you're doing something like this. So you got to show up to the calls with your face on the call, right? You got to show up to the events ready to take notes, right? And I know me, I take notes at the events, but I be talking a lot at the events, but I talk a lot about business. It's not just done like just leisurely stuff, right? We talk a lot about business and different concepts and stuff like that. But the reason why you want to show up is because your new person that you sign up, right, is not going to get on the calls if you don't get on the call. Do you know how cool it is? Check this out. This call has 8 people on here, right? Really should be more, but some people are doing whatever they want to do, right? Imagine when this call is 50 deep and you sign up your new distributor and I'm saying what's up to everybody on the call, right? If your face is showing, I'm going to show what's up. One, because that brings a certain energy to the call and it recognizes people. So if your new person gets on the call, and if you don't get on the call, your new person is going to get on the call. Or if you do get on the call, you don't show your face. Why would they show their face, right? So then I can't call on that person and say, hey, what's up, Lisa, right? So because I don't call on Lisa, she doesn't necessarily feel welcomed. And so she'll never get the full experience of being on the call because her sponsor isn't allowing the room for her to flourish how she's supposed to, right? So you got to show up how you want your team to show up. And if you don't have a team yet, you have to show up for your future team. I think I've said something like this to the effect before. I've showed up to events by myself, and I was okay with that because I realized that I'm showing up for the people that aren't here yet, that even aren't in my business yet. Same thing for these calls. So you got to show up on these calls like you got 30 people on your team, and they're looking at you, right? So I know that we got stuff going on, right? And this is the thing. This is why I'm demanding. I'm actually going to say the word demanding. This is why it's demanding for you to do this, because you can't show up to your job any kind of way, right? You can't show up to your job any kind of way. And I understand things are going on, but you make it to your job and you working them 40 hours, right? No matter what, or XYZ. So when it's time for Sunday calls, right, you can't be like, oh, I'm out with whoever, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm out doing XYZ. You know you have a call on Sunday at 7 p.m. You know that. So how could you be scheduling something, right, around that time where you know you got to be on the call on Sunday because you don't show up to your job like that, but you want to get paid from your job? But you want Herbalife to be your full-time thing. You want to make $10,000 a month. You want to be press team. But you can't show up. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to everybody? Right? So people always be like Like people will be like doing stuff during the call, watching TV. People will be driving. People will be at events or whatever, right? Listening to the call. And it's like, you don't do that at work. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't do that at your job. So why would you do it here when you say this is your passion? You say you want this to be full time. How can you show up less of who you are for this, but you show up more? You rushing traffic, you getting up early so they don't fire you, right? You showing up for your job like that, but you don't show up for the calls like this. But this is what you want to do. And this is not what you want to do, but you're showing up more powerfully for this. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't correlate for me. You know what I mean? That just doesn't make sense, right? And if somebody can make sense of that, please enlighten me if that makes sense to you. But basically the point of me saying this is that show up for this call how you would show up for your job. Show up for the team that you don't have. Show up like you was a president's team member, right? Show up as if somebody had said, hey, we want you to come speak on our call or at this event, and you're the keynote speaker, right? I guarantee if you guys was given that opportunity, you're not going to show up any old kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So just take that in your mind, right? So just imagine this. If I was on the call, I was out doing stuff. I was with the homies at a barbecue, right? And I'm trying to host a call, and it's just hella stuff going on in the background, right? It's just a lituation in the back. But I'm over here talking to y'all like, oh, yeah, this is what I've got going on, yada, yada, yada. I'm not seriously showing up to the call. I'm not showing up as powerfully as I can. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that you want to do. And think about that, because these calls is the front end of your riches for later. That's why I'm saying that. The stuff you do now, you pay in advance now, you give up Sunday night football, right? I'm really not in support of Sunday night football. I'm not in support of football in reality. We all know what's going on with that, but shout out to the Raiders. But other than it's Raider game, but still not the NFL, right? So some people are showing up for Sunday night football. Some people show up for power. Some people show up for a barbecue, whatever, right? And be more fired up about that than learning how to be getting better and to create something for themselves to where it's like this. It's like, how does the saying go? A day at the beach or owning the beach. That's the difference. It's a slight thing. You can show up for one day at the beach. Oh, it was a great time, yada, yada, yada. Yes, we took pictures, family time, and you go to work on Monday. Or you can own the beach and show up whenever you want to. It's a difference, right? Levels, right? So it's truly just dependent on who you are and what you want to do and how you want to show up. Because, again, this is a volunteer army. I can't make nobody get on the call. I can't make people pay attention. All I can do is be the example of what it should be like in my mind, right? There's no what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a coincidence that I'm the person that makes the most money as far as Herbalife on this call, right? Because I show up the most. I do the most. I talk to the most people, right? I bring the most people in. So it's like, there's no difference between me and you guys. The products don't work better for me than they do for you guys, right? The business plan don't work better for me than it do for you guys, right? It's just the amount of stuff that I do. You guys wouldn't believe all the stuff that I do, how many people I talk to throughout the day, right? And you may not see that, and I was telling you guys this, the work that you do now may not see, I think I said this last week, you got to put in $1 million effort for your first $10,000 return. I said that last week. The returns is about to turn up for me personally, because I've been paying my dues all year long. I've been talking to people all year long, and it's starting just now to pop. So you got to pay in advance, right? Pay in advance. Pay in advance. Think about that. I'm going to talk more about paying in advance later. Not today, but later, because I got some good stuff on that. Anyway, if you were listening to the personal development, switching notes, right? If you listened to the personal development, you heard E.T. E.T. was one of the first people that I heard about personal development before I knew what personal development was. because when I was in college and I was playing basketball, he talks a lot about sports references, right? So I heard of ET when I was in college and I was listening to him before practice. So I knew a person, I didn't know, but I was listening to it. So then what ET was basically saying was I got hooked on him. What he said today was, you got to be all in, right? Raise your hand if you're all in with anything. Raise your hand with anything if you're all the way 120% in, right? It don't got to be Herbalife, right? Just whatever. You're all the way in, right? Now imagine, let's take what we've done every day up to this point out of the picture. Imagine today, right now, at 7:33 p.m. Pacific time, right? Josephine, I know is whatever time for you, 1 a.m. or some shit. No, I'm just playing. Imagine right now, today, you were all in for Herbalife. You were all in on talking to people. You were all in for changing your life for 21 days, right? Give 120% for 21 days. Imagine what your 3 weeks will look like after. What do you think it will look like? Think about that. Think about it really quick before anything. Think about it. If I really gave you 120 in the areas that you can, we all got work still. We all got other stuff to do, right? But if you gave it 120 for you to change your life in 3 weeks, what would your life look like after, right? Well, how many people would you have in your circle that you can talk to, right? How many potential business partners would you have? How many people would you have signed up? How many clients would you have? What would your volume look like? Because like he was saying, I know what it was like when I gave 50%. I know what it was like I know what it was like when I gave 50%. I know what it was like when I gave 70. I know what it was like when I gave 80. And I know what it was like when I was all the way in. I know what my volume looks like when I was all the way in. I know what kind of vibe I'm giving to people when I'm all the way in, right? So imagine what that would do for you. Imagine what that would do for the people around you. Imagine what that would do for your life, right? So take the challenge, if you would like to, of being all in. Just start with 1 day, right? Does anybody, and this is another thing too, on a whole nother side note, when you're doing something extensively for a long amount of time, and people look like a 90-day plan, for example, people might be like, damn, 90 days or whatever. I literally take it 1 day at a time. I don't look at I got 89 days left. It's no, just today, what's in front of me. I'm doing this as best of my abilities today. And when I go to sleep, I'd be like, okay, cool. I know I worked hard. Wake up again, rather than looking at it way out there. You see what I'm saying? It's just in front of you. So for this 21 days, if you go on 120, right? Imagine what that would be like for you, and just taking it 1 day at a time. Today, I'm giving it my all. I'm going to talk to everybody I see. I'm going to have as many conversations as I can. I'm going to use the products to the best of my abilities today. I'm going to give it all on all of my reps in the gym, push-ups, whatever, right? Today, right now, this session, I'm giving it 120. On this cardio, on this treadmill, I'm going to give it 120. My heart is going to almost come out of my chest because I'm giving it 120, right? Imagine what that would do for your results, which is then what people will see. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I do Herbalife. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. Hit him with the abs, right? Or hit him with the bicep flex, right? Hit him with the, you feel me, the lat spread. I doubt anybody would hit him with the lat spread off the rip, right? But just saying, right? What would that do for you? How much confidence could you have in yourself if you know you drank your shake, you know you had your tea, you went to the gym, you gave it your all, you stupid fired up, you listened to your personal development, you took notes, you applying it to your day. The first person you see, you ready. You about to give it to them because you didn't prepare, you didn't pay it in advance for you to have the 120% day. You see what I'm saying? You see how all that got tied together, right? I just did that right now. Anyway, you got to pay in advance first for you to have the 120, so you got to fill your own cup. You got to do your personal development every day. You got to use your products every day. You got to get your mind right every day. Get your fitness. If you can get your fitness in early, get it in early if you can. And if you can't, get it in somehow, right? Because that's all going to prepare the being, the energy that you have for when you see that person, you can give them your all, and it's not fake. It's not fabricated. It's the real you, and they're attracted to you because your energy is so high because you believe in yourself to the utmost, right? Does that make sense? But none of that can happen if you don't give it your all in the beginning. None of that happens. So whatever that 120 looks like for you, give it for 21 days. And it only starts one day at a time. Literally. And you can figure out, like, after you're doing one day, you'll see the difference between the 120 day and your regular day. The more you do the 120, the more it just becomes of habit. And if you just in habit, right, of being 120, that's when the magic of Herbalife happens. That's when people just start coming to you. That's when people just start hitting you up like, yo, what's up with that program? Or I see you working, or da-da-da-da-da, right? That's when that happens. When you give them 120, you pay it in advance for a week. And they've been watching you like, hold up, Fina got some different vibes going on with her. Like, her results is getting a little bit more stupid. She seems like she's going a little bit more harder. You see what I'm saying? What's up with that? Her stomach looking a little bit more flatter, like Takesha. Takesha looking a little bit more ripped. You feel me? She just posted that picture the other day. She posted her stage photo. I'm like, yo, you was ripped. She's like, yo, I was more ripped than that. Well, come on then. Let's go. Let's get more ripped then. You feel me? If that's what it is. If you used to be more ripped, let's go get it. Give it 120 then. You see what I'm saying? Now, she gonna do her thing to get there, but it's like, how are you gonna feel on the way? What is that? What are you gonna give out? What are you gonna permeate to other people while you're chasing your 120? While you chasing your best version, right? So that's that. And the 5 seconds of courage. That's all. That's what I want to talk about as well. 5 seconds of courage. I think we've slightly talked about this. I think you guys might have heard this before. But 5 seconds of courage. You see somebody you want to talk to. Give yourself 5 seconds to decide if you want to talk to that person or not. So you're like, damn, that person looks like they could really go on Herbalife if you're in the gym, right? I do this all the time, right? I'll be in the gym and I see somebody, I'll be like, damn, I want to go talk to that person. 5, 4, really, truly, before the 5 seconds is up, I'm on my way. Because it's like, why would I play myself out of it? Why? The worst they can say is no. Don't be afraid to go up to talk to people. I still get kind of afraid, but I think about me not achieving my goals, and that makes me more afraid. I told you guys we're going to be a president's team organization by the end of 2020. If I don't talk to this person right now, my goals are not in alignment with what I say. I need to go talk to this person. I'm scared for not hitting press. Go talk to this person. You see what I'm saying? Let them know. Because there's a lot of people that I've met that if I just said whatever to them and that they're in the business, whether it be a client, preferred member, or a distributor, whatever, right? I met this one guy, right? I met him at the gym and I asked him, hey, can you do this video for me? And then he signed up and he signed his homie up and he was a distributor on the team, still on the team, whatever, not really too active. But the fact that if I wouldn't have never asked him to record this video for me, he would have never signed up. You see what I'm saying? And maybe I wasn't talking to him about Herbalife at the time, but I was like, hey, bro, can you record this video for me? Yada, yada, yada. I was doing like a cool amount of weight or whatever. You see, I'm obviously branded. So he's like, yo, what's up with that? Da, 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 da. The conversation went from there because I was given 120 in my workout and I wanted people to see on Instagram, hey, bro, can you record this for me? Yeah, bro, that's a lot of weight you're doing. What's up with it? I'm trying to get big over here. What's that Herbalife? I've been heard about it. XYZ. Signed up, right? So that's just that. Don't be afraid to talk to people. The worst they can say is no. They're not going to cuss you out. They're not going to make you feel bad. They might have something possibly negative to say about Herbalife. Whatever, who cares? They don't see what you see. They don't have your vision. So continue to go. That is that. LDW is coming up. My favorite event of everything. Who's going to LDW? Raise your hand if you're going to. Everybody should be raising their hand in reality. Tony, how do you qualify for LDW? Because you're not a supervisor.
Oh, Jerry. I don't know. I
That
need
is
the details.
okay. That is, you know what? I'm glad you said I don't know. Because a lot of people would just be like, and just guess some wrong shit. It's cool for you 100% to not know what the qualifications are. So I'm glad that you don't know, because I'm going to tell you. So if you're not a supervisor on this call, for you to qualify to go to LDW, which is next month, it is 1,000 documented volume points between. Well, it was really between. I can't tell you when it was started, but let's just think about it today, right? Today until the day LDW starts, 1,000 documented volume points. It doesn't have to be all 1,000 you. It could be from your preferred members. It could be from your distributors doing stuff as well. And it definitely can be from you getting clients. But essentially, you want to have in your mind, you're going to do the 1,000. If you put it in your mind, you're going to do the 1,000, you'll probably do 3,000. Yeah, exactly. So the event starts Friday. It starts Friday, but that's active World Team Training and up. So obviously you guys won't be there on Friday, but it starts Saturday. So by the end of the day, Saturday, at any point, if you're at 999 and the event starts at 10 a.m., whatever, right? You get that last volume point at 1 p.m., you're good to go in. So just qualify before. The event is October 5th through the 7th. We're going to have 20K Executive President's Team member Jonathan Weber, and also Executive President's Team member James Woods. Both minorities, both from the LA area, both can understand most of where we come from. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to speak that shit. You know what I mean? So it's going to be super dope. Get there or be square. You definitely don't want to miss this event. LDW is one of the best, my personal best event, because they talk more about business building techniques rather than just stories and inspiration. They really give you content, right? LDW is the event that turned my business up from nothing to something, right? 4 years ago. Yeah. So it's super dope. Make sure you get there, whatever you got to do. So if you got to give 120 from today until October 5th, well, this NorCal is October 5th. SoCal is, I don't know when. And I don't know about Hawaii. I don't even know if y'all have LDW, but y'all might. I'm not sure when. But yeah, so get to the NorCal one. And sign somebody else up and bring them with you. It's enough time. What's today? The 9th? We got a little bit less than a month to do work. So whatever you guys got to do, like I'm saying, reach out and let's get it popping. So we can really take this over because Global Expansion Team is coming very, very soon as you guys start to hit supervisor, right? It's coming very, very soon. And it's only a representation of what you guys have done. And it's going to be super dope. And we're going to get recognized, and we're going to be – because this is the thing. Especially in NorCal, right, there's nobody really changing pins. Like, nobody's changing pins in NorCal. So this is like a big deal for our organization as a whole. Obviously, it's a big deal for me, but it's a big deal for our organization because it shows that there's a growth what we got going on up here, right? So you guys are going to be part of a direct Global Expansion Team organization, and I can't wait for you guys to be Global Expansion Team members yourselves. But you guys got to realize that the work behind that has to come first before the glorification, before the photos, the autographs and all that kind of stuff, right? You guys got to believe that can happen for you, right? So I don't know about you guys, but I'm always watching Mark Hughes videos. I seen Jorge watching it the other day. He was watching it late night on some late night Friday night Mark Hughes stuff, and I was like, okay, I see you, young lion. I see you hungry out here, right? Because I remember that used to be me. Well, it's not even used to. I still do that, but I remember that used to be me though. Like, I'm hungry for this, so I'm willing to do stuff that most people aren't willing to do. I'm willing to not go out. I'm willing to not go out on a Friday night and have fun, drink, whatever, right? And there's nothing wrong with those things, right? For anybody that's watching this call now and that will watch this in the future, I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to want to do those things. But what I am saying is that going out on a Friday night is not conducive to you hitting this next level if you're not there already, right? So it's like, if you're a President's team member, yeah, go out. Awesome. If you're trying to hit press, I don't know if that's the thing you want to do, right? I don't know if you want to be going out on Friday. I don't know if Sunday night football, Monday night football is what you should be doing, right? Because you got to give up to go up. What are you willing to give up now that you'll be able to do tenfold later? Give up Monday night football for 2 years? So you can fly to any game in the country anytime you want to. Right. That's awesome. That's what you should be thinking about. Give up power, right? Tonight, well, it's the season finale, right? So it ain't no more power after this. But power's a bad example. Give up Monday night football to where for 2 years, if that's what it takes you, 1 year, 3 years, whatever, right? Give up Monday night football to be able to travel to any game in the country and sit on the 50-yard line. How amazing would that be? Give up basketball for me, right? Give up basketball for a year, 2 years, to be able to go to any game to watch your favorite player play. Do you know what that would mean for me? To be able to go to watch any game, to go see my favorite player play in real life. Mind you, this is why I need to hit press team. This is another reason for me. The reason why I need to hit press team because I need to see LeBron play in real life. I need to see this. So for me to be able to see this, I need to be able to afford the tickets. And I want to say courtside. I damn near want to be like, Bron, what's up? You feel me? I need to be courtside. For me to be courtside, I got to be prez because them tickets ain't cheap. You know how much it's going to cost in Laker Nation? Do you know how much them courtside tickets going to cost? They're going to cost a lot. Therefore, in turn, you need to be able to afford them. President's team is the only option. There is nothing under that. Prez or bust, right? And sometimes you got to connect your goals to things that you want to do, right? And it's okay for you to be like we talked about your why and everything like that. It's okay for you to want to do things positively for humanity, whatever, right? I want to change my family's life. I want to change my friend's life, whatever. I want to be the example, right? It's okay to be like that. But it's also okay for you to be like, yo, I want to be able to buy nice shit. I want to be able to buy that car that I always wanted. I want to be able to do the things that I wasn't able to do as a child. That's okay to want to do that because you put in the work for that. Because you did what the other 99% of people won't do. That's why you're a 1%er. Because you get to do 1% of the things that everybody in the world wish they could do. How dope is that? I'm going courtside to go watch LeBron play. And I'm sitting there with my lose my ask me how button. Who the hell is that? Oh, he's just a President's team member. Well, what's that? Let's talk about it. Do you know what kind of people you'll be around sitting courtside? Do you know what kind of network you can build? You never know who you might meet that might want to sign up. You never know who might want to lose weight and while you're sitting there, right? But you can never get in that network if you don't pay in advance. You don't pay in advance to hit President's team to go sit courtside to watch LeBron. None of that happens because you weren't doing the things. You weren't giving 120. You weren't doing personal development. You weren't showing up for the calls. You weren't showing up for the events. You weren't taking the products. You weren't talking to people. That is why you can't get here, which will allow you to do this. Does that make sense? Right. So, what does your life look like? I know we talked about this last week, but really truly think about it. What does your life look like in the next 2 years? In the next 2. We're not talking about, when, maybe, possibly. What does your life look like in the next 2 years? President's Team is happening in the next 2 years by the end of 2020. It's already almost the end of 2018. We're in the last 6 months. So it ain't much time we got. You feel me? So we got to start going now. So what does your life look like now? And what is it going to look like in 2 years? What are you going to be able to do in 2 years that you can't do now? What do you wish you can do now that you can't afford? What debt do you have that you want to pay off? What family members do you want to take care of? What events do you want to attend? Right? I was talking to one of my friends and she was like, I wish I could go to the Beyonce concert. You need to come do Herbalife then. I wish I could see Takesha, you want to go to the Beyonce concert? You want to see her and Jay-Z? What is it called? The Runaway Tour or whatever it's called. You feel me? I don't know. Right? You want to go see Bay in real life. Beehive. You want to be front row. In fact, you don't want to be front row. You want the VIP meet and greet in the back. You want pictures with Bay. You feel me? Booty popping. You feel me? Hair laid, slayed. You feel me? I know. That's okay for you to want that. Look, check it out. You need Prez Team for that. Period. That's what you need, okay? That's what you need Prez. I need you to go all in for your dreams right there. You need Prez, right? I want that for you. Jorge, I want you to open up that gym. I want you to be helping the community out. I want you to be able to be like, yo, I'm working at my gym Monday through Saturday, and on Sunday, I'm showing up with all of my team to church. I want that for you. I want you to be able to do that. Carlos, I want you to be able to take your son to anything he wants to do as he gets older, right? How old did you say he was? Like, what did you say, like 8? Something like that? 8, right? See, I remember that? Right. By the time he's 10, I want you to be able to do whatever he wants. I want you to be able to do for him whatever he wants to do. Dad, I want to go over here. Don't trip, son. We can do that. Dad, I want this bike from Walmart. Here, go get 5. You see what I'm saying? Dad, I want the new J's. Here, you know what? Go get all of them in every color, right? I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to send him to the best school district. You need Prez for that, okay? I need you to understand that. That's what that's going to take for you. Maricel, I want you to be able to do your aviation career. I want you to be able to take care of your family. I want you to be able to inspire your little brothers. I want you to be able to buy them clothes for school, right? I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to see the world and inspire people. Look, check it out. It's going to take Prez for that, okay? That's what it's going to take. Amanda, I want you to be able to retire your dad. I want you to be able to afford all the nice stuff, Louis, Gucci, Prada, Balenciaga, right? I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to have the booty gains popping so you can inspire all the women across the world. I want that for you. Look, check it out. It's going to take Prez for that, okay? That's what it's going to take. Fina, I really can't go too much into the goals for what you want, but look, check it out. It's going to take Prez for that, okay? It's going to take Prez for that. Tony, look, you as well. I don't know all the goals that you want to achieve, but look, it's going to take Prez for that, okay? And for everybody that's not on this call, Bridget, Relly, Monica, Fleur, Ab, everybody else that I can't think of right now, Cupid, all these people, right? Whatever your goals are, look, it's going to take Prez for that. For the person that's not on the team yet that's going to see this call in the future, whoever you are, whether you be my front line, second line, third line, 10th line, whatever your goals are for you to live the most extravagant life, bigger than your dreams than you ever imagined, look, check it out. It's going to take Prez for that. Okay? So I need you guys to get clear on the fact that, hey, it's up to me to change my life. It's up to you to be the dreamer. It's up to you to work the hardest. It's up to you to pop out of your own bush and say, hey, here's your new life. This is what it looks like. What does your life look like in 2 years? On Monday morning, Are you waking up to put on your clothes to go sit in traffic to rush to work before they fire you because you got to be there at 7 a.m. and it's 6:50 and it's traffic, right? Is that you? Or are you waking up leisurely? You see what I'm saying? You're waking up at 6 a.m. because you want to, because your purpose is waking you up. You drinking your tea, you doing your personal development, you making your shake, you going to the gym to meet 5 of your front line there. Y'all all get a killer workout in. Y'all all take a stupid, dope workout photo session after, right? After that, y'all all go out to eat. Y'all talking to people while y'all going out to eat. You go home, take a shower. Now it's time to do a little bit of shopping because they just called you to do an event somewhere in Dubai, right? You're leaving in a few days. You need a new outfit. And after that, you go to your gym, you go work out, and you see all your clients that you've been helping for the past month. Your new person just tells you they're down 100 pounds and they're ready to sign up as a distributor and change the world, right? You go home to your family. Everybody's happy. You had a great day. You gave it 120. You were never at work. You were doing everything that you wanted to do. You shopped. You traveled a little bit, right? That's what your press life looks like. And of course, whatever else that you want to do, you're driving in the foreign car that you want, right? For me, it's going to be American Muscle Demon, right? SRT. I'm not really into those foreign cars, but you know what? They're cool. They look cool, I guess. But, I want something that go vroom, vroom. You know what I'm saying, right? That's me. That's what I'm doing. I know what my day looks like as a President's team member because I imagined it. I taste it. It's in my hand before I have it. And that's how it has to be for you. You have to know what it's going to be like before it gets there. Because what your thoughts are real. What you put out is what you get back. So I'm thinking about the lifestyle that I'm going to live before I live it. I'm thinking about the money before I have it. I'm thinking about the impact before it's made. Right? Because that's what fires me up. Because I know, right? I know what it's like when you come to an event. And you're like, yeah, rah, rah. You're fired up. Life is going good. You're ready to go do volume. You're ready to go talk to people. 10 days go by. You wake up and you're just not fired up no more. You're still in it, but you're not fired up no more. I know what that's like. That's when you got to remind yourself of what it's going to be like. That's why you make those videos. That's why you keep your vision alive. That is why you have a dream board, because when you figure it out, whatever it is that you need to figure out, and you get tired of it, you don't want to show up, you look at that dream board and you see it says press team, that's why you continue to go. Because it's not the name of President's Team, it's what it comes with. It's the clout that it comes with. It's the money that it comes with. It's the opportunity that it comes with, right? Nobody wants to be a distributor forever. Nobody wants to be at 25% with no organization forever, right? Nobody. People want to build something big. And I'm going to tell you again, it's up to you to do that, right? It's up to you to frontline people. It's up to you. Look, it's up to you to frontline people, and you can bring them to this call on Sunday. I can take care of the rest. But it's up to you to get the people and bring them on the call. It's up to you guys to get that new person, even if it's one person a week. It's up to you guys, right? And it's up to you to drown out all the outside noise. It's up to you to be the example for your community. It's up to you to show your family what's possible. It's up to you to have the stupid results. It's up to you to drink the shake every day. It's up to you to take those notes, right? It's up to you. Literally, your life is in your hands. And a lot of people are not comfortable with that. A lot of people are more comfortable with putting in corporate's hands. Oh, I'll just work my way up the chain with this supervisor that doesn't like me, who hates me, who has something against me, right? Most people are willing to do that. I'm willing to bet on myself. I am willing to bet on myself against the world. That's just me though, right? Prez Team 2020, that's what it is. I'm willing to bet. Now, if I'm a President's Team member in 2020, what does that make you guys? Only you know what that makes you guys. I can't tell you, right? Only you guys can be like, hey, this is what I'm going to be at 2020. I know what I'm going to be at. What are you guys going to be at, though? Are you going to be a millionaire team member? Are you going to be a Get team member? Are you going to be a diamond in this business? Are you going to be another president's team member along with me? Only time will tell. But this is the thing. And this is the thing. This is the thing. The time is going to pass anyway. The time is going to pass anyway. So, at the end of 2020, you can be like, you know what? This ain't for me, whatever. I'm going to just go back to working my job, which is cool, like I'm saying. And I never want to doubt nobody for their job if that's what you love. If that's what you love to do, if you went to school for that, X, Y, Z, and this fulfills your passion, do it, right? But the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well give it 120. You might as well try to improve the quality of your life, because the worst thing that can happen, if you give it 120, you end up as a 2.5 Get team member making $5,000 a month. It's not bad. You're making $5,000 a month, still doing what you're doing at your job, whatever that may be, right? You have the option. You know, I just want to do Herbalife, or I want to keep doing both. That's the ability of what you have. If you give it 120 from now to the end of 2020, there's no way you're not a 2.5 Get team member, because that is going to happen to this organization before Extravaganza next year. We are going to walk the stage as a 2.5 global expansion team business at Extravaganza New Orleans 2019. So what does that make you guys? Who's going to be an active world team member in this business? Somebody damn near, depending, somebody might be a Get team member in this business, depending on how it goes. Who's going to be active world team? Who's going to be a world team? Who's going to be a Get team member, right? That's what that means. Unless I just frontline 20 people and they all just do minimum volume. Then we'll hit 2.5 with no growth. But it's like, look, we need growth in this business, right? Takesha, how many supervisors does it take? How many supervisors doing 2,500 does it take to hit millionaire team?
32.
You know why she knows that? Because she took notes. That is why she knows that, because she took notes. Now, I'm not saying, now she might have not known that off the top of my head. Maybe she did. But she knows because she took the notes. You see what I'm saying? That was like 2 calls ago. That means she was paying attention. That means she's been given 120. So right now she's putting in $1 million effort.
Or, I'm sorry. And Sabette also said if you do 4 distributors that's both doing, I think she said 1,200 volume points. Never mind. I retract that. Never mind. My bad.
It's cool. Look, the reason why, and I know you guys might have heard this. The call's about to end soon, guys. Don't even worry. I know you guys might have heard on the call, Sabette was talking about the average volume, whatever, 1,200 between X amount of supervisors. Fuck that, right? Fuck that in the only sense of we're not doing average. We're not teaching that. That's not what we're teaching. We're teaching 2,500, period. 32 people doing 2,500 frontline, millionaire team, period. We're not talking about average volume, because obviously the average will happen, obviously. But if you go in with the mindset of 2,500 teaching people that, you'll have more people doing 25 than more people doing average. I want more doing 25 than more people doing average. Because if that person's doing 2,500, that means they're actually doing the business. They actually have something going, which means the likelihood of them stopping is less. You see what I'm saying? Rather than the person that's doing 1,200 volume points every now and then. That person damn near about to fall off the cliff. That person is 10 minutes away from quitting. Right? But you got the person that's doing 2,500 with a 5,000 org. That person's in. That person's staying. So we're not teaching averages here. We're teaching what it's supposed to be. But yeah, Gang. All questions are good questions. If there is no questions, then we can proceed with our nights, my friends.
Can I say something
Yes.
about the challenge? This is our last week in the challenge. And I know not everyone posts this every day. So just remember our first week that we started the challenge, it was lit. And now it's just slowed down because not all of us are being active on there. We have clients on there to take care of. We have clients on there to motivate. We have clients on there to get results. We have people in there that want to win. So the people that are really participating in the challenge, those are the people who are going to win, who are getting bomb-ass results. So this is our last week in the challenge. So let's just make it on and poppin'. This week is motivation week. So let's not give up on our clients. Let's not give up on our chat. And let's finish it strong and pop in like our first week.
Right.
I have something to say.
Go ahead.
So I don't, because I don't have anybody in the challenge. Sometimes I'm like iffy, should I be in there talking, because when I don't have any people, and then I don't want to overstep my boundaries while responding to somebody else's client.
No, go ahead. You can. Remember, like, we're all a team, so we help each other. We help everyone's business peer. We help everyone's clients. Like Bridget helps me, and she answers to my clients, and I'll answer to her clients. And so you don't just because you don't have clients on there, that doesn't mean that you cannot help. Like you're in the challenge for a reason. Like you're getting your results too. Like you're getting more cut, like you said. So post your experience, like post your workouts on there. I've been seeing you posting your workouts on IG. Post it on the chat because people will love to see you. When you told Jerry like you're getting more cut or getting more lean, post that on the chat. People don't know because people want your results too. Takesha, I would love to look like you. Shit, girl, I want your arms. You know how many people want your arms? You know how many people want your ass? Come on, like share what you got. We're all here to motivate each other. Period.
Facts. Definite facts. Yeah, I believe that's it. Great call. We will have a guest speaker next week. I have a few ideas of who it might be, but I'm not exactly sure yet. I have a few options. But we'll have a guest speaker next week, so get your people on the calls. And it's going to be dope. So between now and next week, tomorrow, so not even between now and next week, tomorrow, set up your day to give it 120. And post in the chat about how it felt to give 120 every day or for the one day, right? And if you liked it, if you saw benefits of it, do it again Tuesday. And continue on forth until there is no end, until, right? So other than that, any more questions? No. Remember to show up how you would show up at your job. And that is pretty much it, my friends. Reach out to me if you need to. Reach out to your upline first. Reach out to your sponsor first. And then if your sponsor's not available or your sponsor doesn't know, then you can reach out to me. But yeah, other than that, though, that is it. And the call, let me stop recording this.